And if you're just tuning in, you're watching us, Annie and Zamel, and just now we were talking about how internships are really important, especially in PR companies, right? And this goes in line with what we're going to talk about after this.
Yeah, that's right. Because when you are in a PR is basically, as we mentioned earlier, you need to be a people's person. You need to be a person who has the drive for that industry, and at the same time, you have to be a team player. You don't stand out, just on like an island. So going back into the conversation we're going to have with Murshidah, it's pretty much the same thing. How do you work well in a team? How do you learn to work well in a team? And again, it's not only in the work area; it's also for your personal life, isn't it? So let's welcome Murshidah Syed, motivator, resident motivator.
In the beautiful Raya Baju.
I know, it's beautiful.
Selamat Hari Raya.
Selamat Hari Raya.
Right, so maybe you can start off with telling us how important it is to be a team player, aside from working, as well as in a family unit, and as well as in a circle of friends.
Right, exactly. And a lot of times, people say, you have to work well in a team at work. You know, people always think in terms of organizations, but it's not only that. It is very important in organizations for the success of the organization to run, but it is also important teamwork at home, right? And what is teamwork? We just addressed it this morning, where you said it is people skills, it is the soft skills. It is, you want to apply for a job. One of the main things people will do when they interview you is they want to know how well you can work in their department. So that is one of the things that they want to see, your people skills, how you going to relate well with other people, and
how adaptable you
how
are.
adaptable you are. And it's not just in front of other people who are strangers, but it is also about how you are working with the people who are near you, like your family members as well. And I'd like to address this because people always like say, work is work, at home is at home.
That's right.
But I personally believe that the energy either place can affect either place. The energy that you have at work can also go into the family, and the family vice versa. Now, what is teamwork in the first place, right? Now, teamwork is, of course, it involves a relationship between two people or more, right? So when you have good teamwork at home between two people, like the husband and wife, you will actually see the impact it has on the children. Children are clearer, they know what the rules and regulations are at work, at home, and they know what is expected of them, and they are generally happier. When the teamwork is, both parents are aligned, they are not arguing in front of kids. I think we have addressed this before, where parents argue, and it has an impact on the kids.
Children,
and that is how significant it is in the family. It affects not only the children, but also the quality of the relationship between the spouses.
All right.
Right? And then at work, if you're talking about, you're talking about company goals, achieving company mission, vision, and your values. When there's proper teamwork and people are aligned and they're aware what everybody's doing and what their roles and responsibilities are, it makes it much easier for people to be able to align themselves and fulfill the organization's goals. And the profit margin, the customer service, all comes with that.
Well, Murshidah, when we talk about, I suppose we agree completely when you say, be a team player at any level, personal or even, at work. But the thing is this, we're all, we all came out differently. We all have different shapes and sizes, different colors, different personalities, and different characteristics. So when you put a bunch of people together in a team, you're looking at a fusion of people coming together. How do they then blend with each other and literally have the same wavelength?
Yes, that's a perfect question, because when it comes to good quality organizations, I always recommend that you get different types of people from diverse backgrounds, as well as diverse personalities and strengths. Because when they come together and everybody knows their strengths and their weakness, and they know what is the common vision or goals that they're supposed to go towards, that's where it becomes very strong. But just like marriages, people get attracted to husband and wife, they get attracted before the marriage to each other's differences. Oh, this person is so friendly, oh, this person is so, he listens to me or she listens to me, but when they get married and they start, building a home together, that's when all the weaknesses start to come out, the differences start to come out, and people start focusing on that, right? So when it's same thing as in an organization or in any groups of people. You've got to recognize everybody's differences and then actually work together towards a common vision, to common goal, and that's where common values are very important. When people are aware of what the values, what the purpose that they are supposed to achieve, what are the directions that they're supposed to go towards, that is when people work together. And when I work with teams, I always say that there must always be recognition of each other's strengths and weaknesses before they are assigned the roles. So instead of the leader coming out and say, okay, your job is to do this, your job is to do this, you do this and that, but it may not suit the other person's personality or their strengths. So find out the person's strengths first, each of them, and then after that, you align and say, what each of them are good at, and they focus on that. And in every teamwork, there must be communication.
Yes.
You communicate and you discuss about what the goals are, and it's regular communication that you all have to do. And there must be a leader as well. And
now hold on that thought.
We actually went out to the streets to find out how the opinions of the people, how should we work well in a team.
That's right.
So let's take a look in this Vox Pop. Let's take a look.
Because it's teamwork is, it will be more easier because we have team spirit to work out like some projects, everything.
Okay, if one of your member against your opinion, so what will you do?
Okay, against we will see what kind of situation. Okay, as long as we don't fall into like serious the argument, and then we'll talk about it cool. Okay, like peace talking lah. I mean, maybe in one-to-one discussion, and we will find out the problem. Okay, and then we're together to solve the problem. Okay, to avoid we have misunderstanding in the future. Yes.
So you want a team?
Yes, of course, I can work in a team.
So if someone arguing your opinions, what will you do?
Well, I will further discuss about it and try to basically accept what their idea and come with the good solution.
In a team?
Yes, I can work in a team.
If someone against you, what will you do?
I will try to talk to that person, maybe to see what are the differences between me and that person, so maybe to sort it out.
So how you solve the difference?
It depends on what problems he have. Maybe if personal problem, then maybe that person don't understand me well enough, then maybe I can explain to him, because each and everyone have their different belief and maybe culture,
Right.
Okay, so he literally nailed it. Thank you to all of them. He really nailed it, Murshidah, because that's exactly where we're coming on with the next question. You have different personalities.
Yes.
You also have what we call the otais and the newbies, as in the oldie goldies and the newbies in a team. Always.
Right.
How do you then, ensure that everyone's a team player? Because you'll definitely have this massive, ego travel.
Conflict.
The thing is, people must learn to understand people. So when you understand different personalities, different backgrounds, they come from different generations, that makes a lot of difference, because we come from different worldviews and perceptions as well. So the quality of leadership in that team is very important. And I have seen teams where no leader emerged, because when I talk about love and respect, and then people say, oh, we love and respect each other, so we together, everything, let's do everything together. And the result was really very mediocre with whatever they presented. And it took a long time.
I feel like breaking out into a song, actually.
Exactly. So nobody actually took action. And I always say, in a team, when you are working in a team, there must be a leader. And the leader must have love and respect. And what does love and respect mean? It does not mean, oh, let everybody do whatever they want, we respect, we let them do whatever they want. No, but when it comes to fulfilling a certain purpose, a certain vision, or the values that you have to put fulfill, love and respect comes in being understanding the members of the of the group, as well as standing up for what is right, what is the truth, and doing it all together because they have a common purpose to fulfill, right? And this is what leadership is about. Leadership is about inspiring others to take action, and everybody wants to do it on their own account because they feel it in their hearts that they want to fulfill something. They know it is good for them and for the group as well as for the world. All right, so this is what a good leader does. But a lot of times when I train all different genres of people and different industries, right? I always get things like, oh, because I'm the leader, everybody must listen to what I say. You must listen. I tell you, you must do. That is what a leader is.
But sorry, I don't mean to interject, but it's just me to ask you: is that because of the fact that that is the kind of mindset people are coming in with into a particular industry?
Yes.
That I am now your boss, and thus I say jump and you say how high.
And that was that was how leadership. Well, some people practice that kind of leadership before during the industrial age, during the factory age, where everybody say you have to protect yourself, if otherwise your finger gets cut. So you got to put your finger out, you do this, so everybody follows it. But now, in terms of the information and spiritual awareness age, it does not work that way. Where whatever I say goes. Where leadership comes in now in a team is you have to collaborate. You have to make sure that everybody knows what they have to do. You inspire them into action, and I believe whatever I said that this is the difference between the boss and the leader.
I like
just go to my Facebook and ask me for this. I can forward you the picture. It makes a lot of difference, and bosses do not work nowadays. It does not work as well as before. Possibly leadership is what is needed.
When in your years of training, Murshidah, and I know you've, as you mentioned, you come across a very interesting cloud of people, of various ethnicities and various characteristics and personalities and backgrounds. Do you see more of the bosses or do you see more of the leaders in the industry?
Well, I see both. And the people who are the leaders in the industry, I can see the effect it has on the organizations where people are really happy. You can see the goals are aligned, and then the work was done. People actually look forward to going to work. And I love the break times during my courses because people come up to me personally and I get to hear things from their point of view that they don't want to share, in the class. And it's always to do, when people are upset or they feel stressed out, it is always to do with the boss or the boss that they're working for. But when they are respecting the leader, even if the leader is a boss, but he's not a bossy leader, right? He inspires them to take action. It's different. The way they talk about the person is with so much respect, and they would do anything for that person, and they would do anything to fulfill the job or make the person happy.
So you need a leading boss rather than a bossy leader.
Yes, exactly.
How do you change a bossy leader to become a leading boss?
Well, he has to be aware in the first place, because sometimes it's when you are not aware, it is something that you are taught from very young. So this is what you see. Oh, I see my father raising the children in the house like that. So that is what leadership is. I see how my boss treated other people, and that is what leadership is. But you see, if you're going to leave a legacy in this world, what kind of legacy would it be? Khalil Gibran said it very well. He said it is not about how you make other people, or it's not what you do, it's not what you say, but it's how you make other people feel that has a lot of impact.
I have to ask you this again, not being not to put my own kind down. Nothing to do with my own kind now, as in I'm not going into telling women are bad, but it's just that I need to ask you this.
Okay.
I knew it.
Our kind is it?
But I have to ask you this. There is a saying in the workforce that says female or rather lady bosses are really worse than male bosses. Women bosses are terrifying because they are always out there to prove something. The fact that they are women.
Oh, well said.
There is something there. And there is very few women bosses that people look forward to, to look up to when they go to work. So
Okay,
oh,
well,
that's the very, very sad thing, you know.
From your
because
observation, what have you seen?
well, for me personally, I'm very fortunate for the little number of years that I actually worked in an corporation. I had women bosses and I loved them. We still keep in touch. We're still friends. I had male bosses and we still keep in touch, you know, and very, very good. The people, they come to my wedding and all that. I'm very fortunate with that. So I have seen both sides, but I do get a lot of people telling me, you know, female bosses are not as good as male bosses because they tend to be picky. Now, not just female bosses or male bosses, but this is a general human observation as well as there's a psychology behind it. Why people have to enforce their power. You have to respect me. I am the father. You have to respect me. I am the leader. If a person is not secure about their own leadership, they find that I have to keep on proving myself, they will try all ways to make or to enforce their power. So that's why I say the higher level you go, you have been appointed to be a boss or a leader. It comes with, you know, the experience that you had. You have done something right that led you there. You do not have to like reinforce yourself to say, look, I am good enough, so listen to me. You know, you don't have to enforce that. If you don't feel yourself worthy or good enough as a boss, that is what people tend to do. So, you know, be grateful. Be grateful that you have been selected. You are a leader. Be grateful, accept it, and then you know, look at the bigger picture. What are you going to add? What are you going to do to add value to the world? And with that, you know, your leadership style will change. People will respect you, because if you force people to respect you, people will not.
No,
they'll look
you have
down
to
on
earn the respect.
Yes.
Well, speaking of respect, you can also interact with Murshidah on Facebook. So just log on to Facebook and search for The Message is Love and Respect. So Facebook group, and be part of the group there. The Message is Love and Respect. And you can also log on to murshidahsite.com.
Yep, there you go. But I think Murshidah sort of nailed it when she said, you know, you have to earn the respect and not, you know, demand the respect. I think, you know, you've literally, that's pretty much what happens in your own life as well.
Yes, and I think a lot of women have to accept, you know, you are good enough. You don't have to become a man to act like a man to take leadership. You can be as feminine, and you know, you can lead men. I've led a lot of men as well.
All right, well, Murshidah, as always, thank you very much for joining us this morning.
Thank you.
A pleasure. For everyone out there, if you're looking at being a boss or a leader, excuse me, be a good one. Just respect everyone.
And moving after that, we're talking about Future Leaders Camp.
There you go.
So I like it when it's all interconnected.
All right, so we're going to talk to a guest much later. Right before that, a quick break, and we'll see you in about a few minutes.
Don't go away.